Prince Naseem Hamed was not only a boxing champion, but also a well-known entertainer in the sport. Hamed used speed and strength to throw off his opponent and get the crowd to cheer. Naseem only lost once in his long and successful boxing career, which earned him a place in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Hamed fought on both sides of the Atlantic, and pay-per-view boxing spread to the lower levels of the sport thanks to him. The Prince was king for 10 years and won many featherweight world titles during that time. Even though Naseem has been out of the ring for 20 years, his legacy lives on as boxers who want to be like him study his style, and Arab boxers who want to be like him learn from his surprising win. But he is said to be the most disrespectful boxer, and in this video, we'll tell you all the reasons why. This man, who was honored by the palace and was called best boxer, got out of jail fat and didn't feel bad about almost killing a man. So what was it about Prince Naseem MBE that made him such a disgusting piece of work? He is known as one of the most disrespectful boxers in the world. Prince Naseem Hamed yelled over the intercom at the gates of his £3 million Sheffield mansion, "You're the scum of the world! Why are you making us upset? I don't want to talk to you about anything. I'm spending time with my family right now. God bless, I'm out of jail now and can spend time with them. People like you shouldn't bother us. You only write false things." If things had been different, there's no doubt that the former world boxing champion would have strutted down his drive to tell people how he felt. This could have been bad or good for us. Hamed's impressive record, 36 fights, 31 knockouts, and 35 wins, led to comparisons to Muhammad Ali's. However, because he eats so much junk food, he's gone from a featherweight to a heavyweight, 5 foot 2 inches and nearly 13 stone. And he doesn't pack the same punch he used to. If you didn't know any better and heard him rant, you might have thought he was the victim of a terrible injustice. But if anyone was wronged by the law, it was the man Hamed left for dead after he caused an accident while driving his flashy sports car at 90 miles per hour. Anthony Bergen, who was 38 years old, broke almost all of his bones. As kids, Hamed and Mr. Bergen used to train at the same boxing gym. Hamed might not have known this when Mr. Bergen was struck in his VW Golf in 2004, when his victim was in intensive care for 3.5 weeks, or when he went to court with one arm in a metal cage. The former boxer knew it after he served 16 weeks of his 15-month dangerous driving sentence at Moreland Open Prison near Doncaster. Still, he pumped the air like he'd just won a title fight, and a long limousine pulled a Rolls-Royce Phantom behind it as it drove away. "Insensitive and unpleasant," Mr. Bergen said of Hamed. Did Hamed say lies and bullshit? Hamed was told he couldn't drive after getting 4 tickets for speeding and 1 for going 110 miles an hour. He got an MBE in 1999 and is thought to be worth between £30 million and £70 million. He's now 3 stone too heavy to flip over the ropes. It says everything that happened. His fall from grace is a story of pride and lying. Nas and Rocky have nothing in common. He showed off his Islam. The word Islam is written on his baggy shorts, and a mullah called him to the ring. There were stories about drugs and prostitutes. Fans were annoying to him, so he stopped talking to his friends and co-workers. Nas is a monster, said more than one person. He just bought a $40,000 car from a high-end dealer in Sheffield. He went back to the store and told the salesperson, "I want you to buy this from me." Because the car's value has gone down, Hamed got £10,000 less for it. "No, I'll give you what I paid for it." The salesman asked, "What?" Hamed said, "Look at the name in the logbook. The name of Prince Naseem Hamed is on it, so I want the same amount of money. This makes the car worth more." A salesperson friend said that the ex-boxer was then told where to go. Sheffield has many stories like this. "Do you know who I am?" was probably made up by Hamed. His credit card says Prince Naseem Hamed, but that's just a way to make up for the fact that his skills are getting worse. In a shop on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, he was taken for a king. Staff called out, "Your Royal Highness." Someone told me that Nas wanted to do it. He drove around town in his flashy cars to show off. In that crash, which almost killed him, he lost his £320,000 McLaren Mercedes SLR. BMWs, Porsches, and Range Rovers, as well as a 200,000-pound Aston Martin Vantage, a 200,000-pound Lamborghini Diablo Roadster, and a 100,000-pound Ferrari 335, all sold. He got a 4x4 because it was snowing. It's not enough to be blunt and mean. Hamed hit Anthony Bergen's Volkswagen Golf as he passed a line of cars at the top of a hill, just as he has done for years. He thinks he's above the law, said a passenger in his car. He doesn't pay attention to traffic lights. As the crisis got worse, more bad news came out. Friends say Hamed has always liked the girls. Before he met Alicia, the mother of his 3 children, who became a Muslim before he married her in 1998, a friend told him all he had to do was click his fingers. When her husband was out on bail in May, a Sunday tabloid said the 2 call girls were entertaining Hamed and another man in a London penthouse. The person who set up the meeting told the publication that she knew Hamed. Hamed has said that he hates drugs and promises never to fail a drug test again. 100% sure. Sheffield has known about this for a long time. People started to believe them after Hamed failed a drug test in prison. A close friend of theirs said that they saw Nas spaced out in the city. He says he saw him twice when he was totally out of it. 2 people who've watched Hamed's life fall apart since he retired and basically hung up his gloves are not surprised by these claims. One of them is Johnny Nelson, who is the world champion at cruiserweight for the WBO. He says, "I've known Nas since he was 7, but I didn't know him anymore. We knew something was wrong when we were sitting in Nas's Bentley in London a few days before one of his last fights. This was one of the most telling signs that something was wrong." This dad walked up to the car with his maybe 7 or 8-year-old daughter and asked for a signature. Nas told him to fuck off in front of his child. When I asked him why he did it, all he could say was, "They're stupid." Because of things like this, Nelson decided he no longer wanted to talk to Hamed, and the 2 stopped talking. Brendan Ingle, who has trained a number of champions, including Hamed, and was just named by the Ring magazine as one of the top 10 trainers in the world, is another unhappy ex-friend. Hamed's father, Sal, took him to the gym when he was 7 years old. In the 1950s, Hamed Sr. and his wife Chiara moved from Yemen to England. They lived above their corner store, which was on the same street as Ingle's gym, with their 9 children. Ingle says he could have been as good as Ali. Nas, on the other hand, has become a nightmare. He started to treat people in the gym badly, stopped training, and was rude to his mentor. One event stands out from the rest. A sports writer had set up for Hamed to fight for a story. I told Nas, just mess around, but he beat the shit out of him before I could stop him. Based on what Ingle says, the trainer later told his student, "You can't be a Muslim on Fridays and a bastard the rest of the week." Ingle and Nelson said that Hamed's family was to blame for how he turned out, and these are all the reasons why Naseem Hamed is said to be the most disrespectful boxer in history. Thanks for watching this video.